The eighth and final limb of yoga is Samadhi. And this is the union or bringing together and oneness of your being. And during this stage, your attention is so much inwardly focused that you're now able to see the source or true nature of your being. So if you've noticed, like I've previously mentioned in the other talks, the practice of the eight limbs has been designed from going from the outside world and how you relate to the outside world to gradually to a more subtle practice where you're now looking inwards, you're drawing your attention inwards and focusing on one point, and then, which was dharana, and then you started to really be aware of everything around you, which is dhyan. And then when you keep holding on to this state of dhyan, which is meditation absorption, your thoughts are just so silent and you can really see where all your thoughts and concepts in your mind is coming from. And this true nature or true self that observes everything, you'll find that this nature is very, you can call it stable, unchanging. This is just a part of you that remains very stable, but is very clouded by all your thoughts and ruminations and things around you and sensory objects, right? So you get very distracted. But in the state of samadhi, you are just so inwardly focused that you can now perceive it. And this is a very subtle state to be in. It's something that most people kind of experience here and there, just glimpses of it. But you'll notice that you do experience it through meditation, through your sitting practice. And I've experienced this myself a couple of times, just in long meditation, sittings and retreats where I'm just so inwardly focused that I catch just a glimpse of just this oneness of being, where it's just very permanent, and it's kind of hard to put into words, but it's kind of like a very tranquil state to be in. And this is where your mind drops away, and then also your body drops away, or your sense of body. So you kind of almost forget that you have a body, and that kind of drops away too. So it's just a oneness that you experience. And at this particular state, you can come back to it over time because you finally realize your nature, and this is kind of like that awakening that people talk about. But it does take a practice of coming back to the basics and coming back to your meditation practice, because we aren't really living in a mountain somewhere. We typically, if you're listening to this, you probably have a job or family and different responsibilities in your daily life. So our mind patterns kind of come back again and take us away from that state where we know our true nature. So this is why what I like about this 8-limb system of yoga is that it's very systematic and it's designed for anyone to use to help you get into the state. Because yes, your true nature is already there. There's no work. It's just unchanging. But then at the same time, it's very hard to experience because we have all these external stimulus taking our attention away. We're not really inwardly focused half the time or throughout our day. So the daily practice of bringing your attention back inwards, focusing on one point, becoming spacious or feeling that spaciousness, and then holding that, and eventually experiencing samadhi is kind of like an ongoing practice. But the beauty that you'll experience and the stillness and tranquility is well worth it in my experience. And it's not even about the benefits, but rather something even more profound than that. So just getting to a place of oneness, stillness, and just a space of well-being, and something that you discover your true nature. And that's something that's very profound and not something I can really wrap up in just a talk, but something that you can clearly experience. And it all starts by following these steps like I've mentioned in the past. So, doing the asanas, the postures we discussed, so your body is very flexible and able to sit for periods of time, being able to, draw your attention inwards, pranayama, doing your breathing exercises, following social ethics, and just doing all these different steps. So then it can guide you to this point of samadhi and dropping away your attachments in the process. So it is a process of dropping away external things and then bringing your attention inwards. So I hope you like this series of talks, and we'll be making more content like this soon.